Well, hello everybody and happy Tuesday. Here we are live again and for the love of dragons. If you are new to the group or haven't seen me before, my name is Araya Anra. You can also call me the Dragon Lady or Tana, which is my dragon call or a signature. And I come on live every week, every Tuesday now, to answer your questions, bring you tools, give you some more guidance in working with the dragons, because that's really what I'm here for. And hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Um, we have this opportunity right now. There's so much expanding in the world. And when I sat with, what do we want to talk about today? I could really feel, and it's probably because my dragon hearts are right now working with the Sirian Dragons very intensely. And so they're very present in my sphere and in theirs. So when they're around, that doesn't just mean my dragon hearts are benefiting from them. They're really working right now with all of humanity and bringing in that next higher octave of frequency for us to expand into. So I want to talk about what that means for you. What would it do for you to work with the Sirian Dragons? Or if you start feeling them, what does it mean to keep going up in frequency or up in octaves through the lineages of the dragons? So with Sirius A and Sirius B, I'm going to focus on them today. I want to share just a little bit about each one of them. This is also information that's in the book. I might share other things. I never know what's going to come through. But with Sirius A, so first we're looking at the star system of Sirius. And there are many dragons in the Sirian system, but I represent 3 specific dragons that work, that hold the framework. They're holding a specific gateway, you might call it. Hello, Kat. Good to see you. That is part of the triangulation down of energies down into the 3rd dimension. So what that means is these star systems that these energies move through to get to us are at a higher frequency band. You can call it an octave or a dimension. They are in different bands or bandwidths that we begin to access as we open ourselves and move into higher frequency. So they are higher up. If you imagine working with, say, the water dragon. And the water dragon holds that love lineage. It's the emotional body. It's the heart space. You expand into it. Well, if you keep going up in octaves from that and you move through, for example, the crystal dragon and the silver dragon from Orion, eventually you would get up to working with the Sirian dragon. And that would be Mayarakan, who holds the Sirius A. She is that love lineage through Sirius. And then her counterpart, she holds that divine feminine frequency. Then her counterpart would be Amarkan, who holds the Sirius B position of the 3 stars, and 3 of the key stars that I focus on. And he holds that masculine frequency, which is in the power lineage. So moving up from the fire dragon and the black dragon and the gold dragon. So each of those, as you work through them in turn, they will have different gifts and openings for you. And we need to continually expand into higher frequencies, which is why these dragons are available to work with. And this is the highest frequency band actually in the guidebook, in the Dragon Within, to get you to that place, right? And then there's other work you can do to deepen. You can go in the eye of the dragon. You can merge dragons and benefit from that combined unification of energies. And when I wrote the book, the Pleiadian energies I was aware of them, but they weren't ready to work with humanity, or humanity wasn't ready to work with them. And so they are now also very present. They will be part of the Oracle deck when I create it. But for now in the book, the Dragonhearts will be working with the Pleiadians very intensely, because that's a big part of the merge into yourself as dragon, if you are a dragon heart. And that I am still taking applications for that. We've just started interviews this month, and I have several spots already filled of the 9. So just like the book club, if it's been calling you, if you're feeling that heart pulse, please reach out and get the application form so that you can go to the next step and see, am I supposed to be in this program? Is this what's been pulling and calling me? Because it will change your life. Quite literally, it will really unfold things from within you to move you into who you be, to really merge you into your dragon heart. So if you know you're a dragon heart and that you've been feeling this pulse, we don't start till January 19th, but that means we get everything lined up now. And there's a couple of my dragon hearts from previous years on the call right now, so it's always beautiful to see their names over there. We've got Arnaud in France and Robin in Philadelphia, and what's beautiful about it is as they come online and really merge into themselves, the beacon of light that they hold is a massive lighthouse. So having them all over the globe for me is really exciting. And they definitely know about working with these Sirian energies, as are the current Dragon Hearts in this year's program. We're in halfway through the second half of the program, and so they are really intensely working with this energy. So when I hold these energies, what you would get out of them is that higher frequency band, that when we work with a higher frequency, it opens us up to, maybe we've done a lot of healing and clearing at very base levels, and then we move up into something that expands us again and clears out more levels. And so if you haven't worked with the Sirians yet, they're very present right now because humanity is ready to really crack open. And granted, there are a lot of dragons around, but for those that are ready, the Sirians are ready to lift you up into that next level of perspective. So moving you beyond the fifth dimensional realm of what the Sirian Dragons hold with the copper, silver, and gold frequencies, into what I consider a higher frequency metallic. So they do hold titanium, platinum, mercury as their frequency bands of what's associated with them. In the book, you can see the symbols that really represent energetically where you're being taken, and that's one of the things that you'll experience with them. So with Mayarkan in the Divine Feminine, you will actually be pulled into a space where for the first time you start working a lot more tangibly with the sacred geometric form that's underlying the different frequency levels. And you may touch on it when you move into Orion, because we start getting into that sacred geometric form in the fifth dimensional plane. But when you move into working with Mayarkan and Amarkan specifically, you're going to experience, very literally by being pulled into them, the geometric aspect where the soft flowering of the feminine is like being in a flower of life or a cellular division pattern that just keeps pushing very gently out in an expansion. It reminds you of creation. It reminds you of who you be and where you've come through. And so, interesting that Kat is saying already feel it, massively guided to join. Yeah, she is just joining the book club. So I'm really excited. The group coming together so far. And I only have a couple spots left. As I said, I believe I have 8 already in. And it is a really amazing group coming together. I've had touch-ins energetically with each of the members that have joined in, and so I'm excited to have some more in-depth work with them directly. So back with Mayarkan, what you experience is this expansion through being in the creative space of how the flower of life within the universe expands within that universal geometry grid that moves through your being and starts pulling you into your remembrance of having moved through those membranes in the journey down into the third dimension. It reminds you of greater aspects of who you be on a geometric level. And you think, well, I'm not geometric. I'm not a robot. I'm not these. We all have a sacred geometric pattern. Part of your soul signature is geometry, right? So when we touch into that, we can start feeling our own geometric within that flower of life, because what does the flower of life hold? Holds all the sacred geometry within the universe. It holds Metatron's cube within it. It holds all of the platonic solids within it. So when you move into that, when you have that unfolding within you, you can actually start to touch in and feel your own geometric, whatever it be, within that framework. And starting to work with sacred geometry is definitely where we are moving into as a collective, to be open to that, because that's opening everyone to the fifth dimension. Really exciting. Now with Amarkan, the masculine, the divine masculine blueprint, as we work with that, it's bringing us back into the true essence of power, because it's the power lineage. He holds that space in the divine masculine power lineage, but he holds it at an undistorted masculine framework that is very much like the flower of life, but it is like sitting in unfolding squares and rectangles that it's really almost like feeling like you're in a almost like a robotic system where they're shifting and changing so rapidly that you feel like you're in some kind of a mechanism. And it's the rigid structure that is within feminine form that eventually, when they come together, which Sirius C holds the space of union, but we're going to talk, I don't know when we'll talk about him, her. But in this, with Amarkan, you experience that grid, that unlocking and that moving through the grids in space and time that brings you into a space of remembering, of accessing and remembering what that holds for you. and how those dimensional planes operate. So that's one of the beautiful gifts, is these dragons come to us and help us open to that while we're in the third dimension, so that we can move into expressions that are higher, broader, and will take us into greater and greater spaciousness, expansiveness, and opening within ourselves. So really excited that their energy's around, and that I don't know if I've talked so in depth directly in a Facebook Live about these, but it was really on my heart today. And I did feel like bringing, because these guys, ooh, I'm getting the full body chills as I even pick these guys up. So these are two of the beings, the Orgonite dragons. Aren't these guys absolutely stunning? So here is Mayerkan from Sirius A, and here is Amarkan from Sirius B. We've got the titanium and the Mercury. So she holds titanium, he holds Mercury. And you can just feel, I don't know if you can feel this coming through. I'm just going to hold and allow a transmission of that energy to just come through to everyone that's watching, either currently or on the replay. Because literally, by talking about them, they're present. They're very present in the space. And I can feel them infiltrating and moving through into these Orgonite, holding that specific frequency. And these were actually specifically created. These are Dragonite by trademark name from the creator, as a specific line made for me, for the dragon within, of all the dragons that are within the book, to work. Fantastic, Robin. I'm glad you can feel them coming through. So they actually have embedded within them a form of the symbol that is deep within them, inside the makings of this. So it's actually drawing that energy into it consistently. So the beauty of these is that when they come to you, if these are if you're being called for one of these to come to you directly and be in your space, in your home, not only do they carry that Sirian frequency, but there's going to be a transmission added into it from me, specifically for you. I mean, that's one of the things about the products that I'm offering in the layer. So these are both available through the layer. So dragonwithin.com/layer, or just go to dragonwithin.com and find the button for the layer, the little tab at the top. I am really dedicated to putting an energetic transmission for each, whatever purchase it is, because that purchase is going to be in your home. And if it's for a gift specifically, let me know that, who the gift is for, because that is about putting a transmission that is about your own expansion into yourself, that I can send that with it. And that's one of the things that I've created for it. So, someone here, and I apologize, I can't see the name without scrolling down. Oh, that just gets right on the camera. So I will look at the comments later. That's mainly what I wanted to share about the Sirian Dragons, is how and what they're here, what you would feel energetically in moving into them. And if you know that you need work in balancing, as I was saying about Amarkan, that divine masculine blueprint is really important for us right now. We all think, well, we need to expand in the divine feminine. The divine feminine is taking us forward. The divine feminine has been raising since the Black Dragon was raised in the fall of 2017, or excuse me, 2018, bringing it up on par, bringing it equal again out of a patriarch misswing, but bringing us back to balance. So having that come in of, all right, focus on the feminine. But we can't forget the divine masculine, because the masculine is what's going to bring us actually into a pure alignment of the divine masculine. Because right now the masculine that's operated and is currently in our sphere is a distorted masculine. It's an out of sync power use, expansion, alignment. So focusing with Amarkan, even though it's like, oh, I don't know if I need masculine work. We all need masculine work, because our divine masculine is distorted into this patriarchal masculine way of using power. And power has been manipulated, used, controlled. Everything has been a power play, which is why the world is out of sync and out of balance, and we're moving back in to that. So bringing that masculine back in through all of us brings it into the collective, which is why Amarkan is here to work with us, because it's not just about working with a feminine, coming into balance, and then we work with both of them, and then you merge them together. So really excited to have that available, and feeling too, this guy wanted to jump out and be with me today. This is little Hydra, and I felt like, Hydra, I feel like, is carrying that Sirian frequency, but in this lovely little, like, snuggle buddy, my little friend who wants to sit here and be by my shoulder and just hold that frequency for us today. So these are all available in the lair, and the information about the Sirian Dragons, how to specifically use their mantra, their metal, their symbol, everything to actually call them in directly is in the book. It's all part of that guidebook that we've got, and that's part of what we work through in book club. But I will say that the book club ends up being so much more because we don't go through it like a normal book club where you have to read so many chapters and then we discuss what's going on. We only bring the book in if you really want to tackle questions that come up in it. But where it comes in is where all of the dragons that are part of it are linked to other metaphysical aspects that get discussed, whether it's light language or your own expansion or quantum physics, dimensional layouts, other universes, galaxies, how it all operates. I love book club because the discussions are fascinating. So if you want one of those remaining spots, please get a hold of me. And I'm going to have to go through all the comments because they're going really fast and furious here. I'm glad to see so many on today and sharing and putting their input in. So I will look through and see about questions and respond accordingly in the comments. But I thank you for being here. I love my dragon family. And I will look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Have a fabulous week. And I hope you call forth and really feel the Sirian Dragons around you, because they have a gift of expansion that they are bringing right now, and it will move mountains. It will open doorways. As soon as you step up into those higher frequency planes, things really open up because you're allowing yourself to touch something new, touch something higher that you haven't maybe worked with directly or a lot before. And as you touch those upper limits, it brings that bottom limit up as well. It starts dropping away things that no longer serve in a much more rapid way. So that's the beauty of working with the dragons. All right. Have a lovely, lovely week. And thank you, Jackie. Love the book club. I swear, I think I've done 7 rounds now, and each one is different and incredible and powerful. And I know there are people that actually repeat and do them over again, and then they do the Dragon Heart program. It's very fun to see where people find their fit, and it's all perfect. So thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you next time. And if you know someone that would benefit from this information, share it out. Share it out to whatever groups you think would want to hear about the dragons or benefit from working with them. I know that everyone can, but not everyone's ready to know that dragons are real or know that they might be a dragon. But we're waking people up to that fact more and more every day. All right. See you next time, guys. Bye.